My name is Danny Ballister. I'm a chef instructor for Sur La Table, and I am a graduate of the Culinary Institute of America.
How did you get into cooking?
So I always liked food, and like my favorite part, I'll be honest and I'll say that I prefer eating over the cooking. Like I'd rather eat than cook, and I think food is it's something that connects every single human being together, and especially cooking, because as human beings, we are the only species that cooks their food. No other animal cooks their food, and every human being has a memory of being fed, a special memory of being fed, or at least making food for somebody.
How'd you get to where you are right now?
So, after graduating the Culinary Institute of America, even before that, I went to another institute, another culinary institute called Institute of Culinary Education, and I did the 8-month culinary program there. After that, worked in 2 restaurants, went to school, and just worked restaurants throughout after graduation. Um, I got kind of tired of working in restaurants, so I did my own business. I did my own meal prep and catering business, and after a while, I had to like invest into my business, so I needed a little side job. So now I'm teaching people how to cook.
What are some like real hardships that you remember, like some moments, like some up and downs that you remember?
Well, the restaurant industry definitely is very toxic. It's a very toxic industry because it's so competitive, and especially here in New York City, where I could walk down a block and there's 6 restaurants. You know, there can only be so much cooks, so it's a very competitive, very high turnover industry, always understaffed. And as a cook, you have to work long hours, long shifts. Like I found myself sometimes working 60, 70 hours a week, working 15 days straight without a day off. And and then the culture behind the inside the restaurants, like inside the kitchen, is also very toxic because there's just a lot of drinking, there's a lot of drugs, a lot of foul talk to each other, a lot of harassment. Honestly, it's a very toxic environment. So um, I remember I worked the second restaurant I ever worked in, coming out of the Institute of Culinary Education. Very fancy restaurant. The head chef was on Top Chef Singapore or something, and the sous chef, my first day there, but the sous chef comes in and he is just yelling at every single person that he comes across and insulting them, not even yelling at them like, hey, like this is like calling them every bad word in the book.
What are some of the things like he would say if you remember?
Can I say them on camera?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, sure.
Oh man, like so he was just like I remember one time he was in the walk-in, which is approximately like here to the door for like us who know, and he screams out, he's like, June, you Japanese mother piece of Jap yellow belly bitch, where the did you put this?
Oh.
Like, and it was there. The stuff that he was looking for was there, but he insulted this guy who came from Japan to like work in the restaurant for like a couple months only, and he insulted him to that point where it's so disrespectful. Later on, to find out like this guy was coked out. Everybody thinks it's normal because of Gordon Ramsay and stuff, but like it's not okay for you to be already stressed out and then somebody to come and like insult you and bring you down and tear you down, and that's supposed to be your coworker or your manager.
So I said, nah. Took a step back and I realized, what is it about cooking that I like? What is it that I like about cooking? And I don't like the high pace screaming at each other, so I don't want to work restaurants. But I do like teaching people about food. I do like seeing people learn how to cook. and I do like learning about food and learning new ways to cook something. So I was like, you know what? I want to teach people how to cook, and at the same way, cook and create what I want to make, and teach people with my food as well. I think food is very powerful throughout the history of the world, and I want to create that same emotion, that same memories for people with my food.
What suggestions would you give to people who are coming into this industry fresh or trying to pursue similar goals that you have?
Don't let anybody make you be something that you're not. You know, don't feel like you have to be the top chef guy. Don't feel like you have to be Gordon Ramsay. Don't feel like you have to be a tough guy. Don't feel like you have to put up with everybody's bull crap, because this is what this industry asks of you. You are a person, and you are what you know what you want, and you know what you deserve as well. You know, so respect yourself and do and never lose sight of what you want to be. If you want to be the head chef of a place, great, but treat people right. You know, and work your way up there, and prove to them that that's how you're gonna get up there. But if you want to yell and scream at people and disrespect people, one day you might reach the top. But then when you're on the bottom, all those people that you screamed at and you insulted, where are they? They could be on top of you now, and they could be your boss. And would they hire you? Would they pick you up? Nah, I don't think so. So.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you.